Hello, you're with Libby from libbystamps.com. Welcome to another one of my videos. Now this week I decided I'd bring you a video on how I put together a colour challenge. Now this one was for Colour Inspirations, which is a Facebook group anybody can join, and you don't need a blog to participate. You just upload your photos straight to the group. Now, I was fortunate enough to win the last colour inspiration, and this is my entry in the current one, which is number 21. And the colours were So Saffron, Peekaboo Peach, Pear Pizzazz, Rose Red and Soft Sky. And then you can add some basic neutrals. So I've just added Whisper White and Basic Grey. Now I've done some watercolouring with the pots and the paint brushes. So I've used Basic Grey archival ink, but I've used shimmery white paper or cardstock as my card base. So I thought I'd show you today how I sort of go about doing that. Now I printed off another colour challenge that they had a few weeks back that I couldn't participate in, and they had Smoky Slate, Rich Raspberry, Soft Sky and Night of Navy. And I'll put this up on my blog when I do the blog post for this video. And this was colour inspiration number 14. Now I thought I'd just show you how I do that today. So you could do this card, this type of card, with all these different colours. I thought of doing one with candles, perhaps landscape candles in the different colours, and then die cutting the happy birthday that we have. You could do flowers in many of the different colours as a background, or you could do something similar to what I've done here. So I decided I'd go ahead and show you how I did this one, but using different colours today. So I've got my Stampin' Scrub, that's so I can clean my brush, and I've got my aqua painter with plenty of water in it, and I have my colours. Now we're going to start with Basic Grey because that's archival safe, and I've got Night of Navy, Soft Sky, Rich Raspberry and Smoky Slate. So they're our ones that we're going to use. So I'll just go ahead and open those up and make sure they've got plenty of ink in them, and then we'll get started on our stamping for today. Now I hope you know that you can get, if you don't have the re-inkers and you've got the ink pad, you can open your ink pad just like that, squeeze the two layers together, open up, and you'll get a nice bit of ink in there for you to use. So I'll show you again. So the Soft Sky, always push from the end that you've got the label on, and I hope you've got your labels on. Push down in the middle and then open up, and you've got a nice wad of ink there to use as a palette. Alright, so we're going to use Basic Grey archival ink, and we're going to stamp. Might help if I had the stamp ready, mightn't it? Alright, so we're going to use the paintbrush one, and I'll just mount that up. So I always put it face down and press nice and hard so that you don't have any air bubbles or anything in like that. So I just went ahead and inked up my stamp and stamp down, then ink it up again and stamp down, trying not to get your hand in the ink pad. It's a bit hard when you're doing a video. Alright, I need to move this down so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to stamp down. And you'll notice the paint brushes do go off the top, but it doesn't really matter in this case. Alright, so there's our image, and we'll go ahead and use our aqua painter to colour some of our pots. So I might start with Night of Navy, and you just make sure you've got plenty of water in your brush, and you'll see it come down into the barrel as you squirt. And our aqua painters are just lovely. They come in 2 sizes in the pack, and you don't want too much water. That's why black pants come in handy sometimes when you're doing this, or a paper towel, of course. Alright, so I have got too much water on that. Alright, now remember this is shimmery white paper, and I'm just colouring, and I want the light coming down from that side, so this edge here is going to be darker, and that's all I do. Clean it off a bit and come back in with a bit of water. Alright, we might come back to that one a bit later. My brush tip's a bit wet, needs some drying off. Alright, a little bit more Night of Navy, and we'll do this pot. No, we won't. We'll go and do some of our handles. So I'm going to do, we've got 4 colours, even though black's not really a colour. So we'll give all our handles a different colour.
Hey, if you wanna play, make it a brighter place. It'll take creation, imagination. Try to draw outside the line. Let us see inside your mind. You'll find inspiration. All I'm saying is you can do it. I wanna hear you say, I am independent. I am dedicated.
There, well, that might about do us. And I'm just going to come back in and add a bit of colour. So you can see the shimmery white's quite forgiving. You don't want to add too much because otherwise it'll start to degrade the paper a bit. But there's our pot, one pot. So we'll do another pot in Pool Party, which is quite a pale colour. So I might do that one up here. And I'm just going to turn this on its side a bit so I can get in here. I love doing this sort of work. It's quite relaxing. And as you can see, you can make depth with your colours depending on how much ink you put on. And our aqua painters, as I said, are just lovely to use. Now I'll just go in and add some colour to some of these brushes. Alright, so that'll do for our pool party. And you do need to, sorry, it's Soft Sky, not pool party at all. I knew that, just testing. Alright, and you do need to clean your brush in between each colour. Alright, this one is Rich Razzleberry. So we might do that up here. Now I've added a fair bit of water this time because rich raspberry is a very, very vibrant colour. Now if you want to get water out of the brush, tip it upside down and squeeze, and that'll draw the water back in to the barrel. Alright, a bit more here. See how you can give it a real pinky effect, and it waters that colour right down by using the aqua painter. And I can just come in and give it some more shade like that, and then I'm just going to come in and add some colour to some of the brushes.
Take the chance, lead the dance, and run with what is in your heart. Let the magic start. You're in charge. Yes, you can. What's the plan? Come on, let's do this and do it now. I want to hear you shout. I am independent. I am dedicated. Doing it my way. Doing it my way.
And then I'm going to come in with some smoky slate and do the pot. You can tell when your brush is getting dry because it either picks up too much colour or it won't blend the colour in well. So just add a little bit more water or a bit more colour. Smoky slate's just lovely. Nice pale grey to work with. Don't worry too much if you go outside the lines. So I'll put these cards up on my blog, and I hope you stop by on Wednesday night and have a look at the Colouring Inspirations blog hop which is going on. It goes live at 7 p.m. Eastern Australia Daylight Savings Time. That's a mouthful. There's my dog again. Sorry about that. So yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern Australian Daylight Savings Time. I think that's it. Anyway, if you have a look and want to convert the time, it's 7 p.m. Sydney time. Alright, so that's it, and I might just come in and use smoky slate on all these brush tips. That'll make it quick and easy. And just give them a little bit of colour. And then we're done. So really that's quite a quick way of doing a lot of colours. If you have a colour challenge or some colours in mind and you're not quite sure what to do, think about doing a number of images as a background and then perhaps something over the top, as I did. I'll bring that other card back in a minute and show you. So just a few more paint brushes to do before I run out of ink here in the lid and have to squeeze more back in. So I'm just doing these brushes quite quickly, and really in real life they've probably got quite a bit of paint or ink on them, but this is a quick and easy technique to do this type of card. So think about if you were doing a birthday card, you could do a lot of candles, you could do a lot of flowers, you could even do a number of birthday cakes if you wanted to. Think about using swirly birds as a background. So that's the one we've done. This is the card I made for Colour Inspirations Challenge number 21. And of course I've stamped on the inside of the card and on the outside of the envelope. So that's how I did that. And I'll be back again on Thursday with another video. Thanks for stopping by today. Bye for now.